Hello.
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 Howdy
We're all
doody.
back. We're all here.
We're all
Oh.
here.
Gang's all here.
1 week only.
one week only. Yeah. Hello.
That's it.
Welcome back to another episode of Guys Playing Games with me, Perry.
Me, Ed.
For me as.
We're
Nearly
gonna.
missed your cue there. That was.
You did, yeah. I mean, you both nearly missed your cues. We're gonna sit and talk to you for a little bit about games and stuff and some interesting topics because these guys have put together some interesting topics to talk about, which I have not paid attention to.
And I'm Perry, and I just turn up every week. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, I was sorting the scenes on OBS, right? That's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. So how are we? It's good to have everyone back finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in my new office.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've properly used it.
Looks,
So it's quite exciting for me.
you have to do like a little spinny tour thing in one of the episodes. I don't know, maybe not.
I mean, it's going to be terrible for audio, to be fair, but yeah.
Do a really cool setup video on YouTube and put that on the channel and be like, "This is my setup, 2018."
This is my PC from 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get a new computer, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Hopefully, not too distant future, I will be getting a new.
Maybe we can
An
compile
updated.
one. Do like a team setup thing. Can all do like a few minutes each, and everyone can see.
I misheard you then and thought you said maybe you could get a cardboard one. I was like, what the fuck?
What?
Oh yeah, let's just get a cardboard computer. Why
Yes, that's.
I mean,
yep.
it would probably be
Nintendo
better than the
Labo.
one I've got.
not? Fuck it.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Cardboard computers exist.
Exactly, they're real. I've seen them. My girlfriend has it. It's awful. I'm just throwing it out there.
Is it no good?
It legit, it's like unless you're 6 years fucking old, it's no good. Like she loves Lego, so like putting it together, she was like, "Oh, this is the fucking best thing," and then it was all done, and it was just like, "Now what the fuck do I do?" Because the games are just shit. So, like unless you want to stand there pretending you're fishing and shit, like it's just pointless. Like it's just fucking dumb.
Nice.
Fun
Yeah,
and
anyway.
interactive gameplay.
This week, huh?
Yeah, this week.
We're doing-
What we doing?
I don't know. What have I been doing?
What
I'll
have-
start. Fuck
yeah,
it.
go on,
I've-
you start.
Yeah, Az, what you been playing, Az?
I have been playing, and this ties in with Perry. I've been playing Dauntless. No,
No, you're not allowed to say anything else because that's all I've got.
God. What else have I been playing?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Go on, carry on.
Okay, we'll double team this then.
Well,
because
basically, yeah. Let's do
that's
that.
what
Let's
I've
do
been
that.
playing. So, if you don't know already, Dauntless is basically a hunting game in the vein of Monster Hunter, and in the vein, I mean it's literally like a Monster Hunter clone, and that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's a very nice game, and it is exclusive to PC. So, for PC people who have never had a Monster Hunter game, it's quite nice to actually finally get a Monster Hunter game, even though we've got one coming later this year. But
I didn't realise it was exclusive to PC.
Mm.
That's
currently,
information.
anyway, I don't know if there's future plans to bring it out
Right.
on other platforms and things like that. But currently, it is a PC exclusive. It has like its own launcher and stuff like that. It's not on Steam or anything like that. Obviously, it's just like entered open beta. Hence, me and Perry have jumped onto it. The open beta is permanently open though. It will be. This is essentially the full game. It
It's
is
early access.
essentially early
Yeah,
access.
it's
Yeah.
early access.
Oh, so it's not like going away anytime. It's not like a week long thing.
No. Like we found an FAQ, but I tweeted them and actually come back to me pretty snappily. Actually, I tweeted them, so asking like, is anything going to be wiped? And they were like, no, this is the game moving forward. Anything you do will be saved, and this will be your characters.
Oh, okay, wow. Oh shit.
Yeah. So it looks like the way they're going to do it is they're going to be rolling out updates, and then once they have the game into a place where they're happy with it, they'll say, "All right, now we'll release it." But I don't think it's going to come with like a release of extra content or anything like that. I think it's just going to be a case of, well, it's not in beta anymore.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, I don't know if they're like planning
Yeah.
on like a paid release or if it's just going to stay free to play forever. I mean, there's already there's already variants of pay you can do for it, where it's like a founders pack and like a super duper founders pack and a fucking super califragilistic founders pack and like all sorts of shit. So you can do that already, but like they don't really give you anything. Like I looked at them the other night and it was like real just like pointless shit. So
It's
literally
kind
just,
of it has a Warframe feel to it, like the store
Oh really?
in the you can buy like shader palettes and stuff like that. Like there's nothing really you can buy from the store that will give you a bonus. I mean, you can buy like consumable potions and stuff like that, but you can't buy like raw materials, like hunting materials, which I'm quite okay with.
So
it's definitely
what's
not
the,
like pay to win. So.
What's the customization like then?
Fairly good. I mean, they have a full transmog system, so any piece of armor you've created in the game, you can transmog any piece of armor into that look. So you can have like so you can have like a full set of tank armor that looks like a full set of mage armor, you know, stuff like that. So it's quite diverse. I mean, from what I can guess, there's about 200 odd different color shaders that you can unlock with various packs. Like Warframe has a like specific bundles of shaders, right? Like neon and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a very similar thing, a very similar thing to that. Like they give you a shader palette for free as like this is an introduction to the store. You buy your first thing with 0 platinum. You know, it was quite cool. They don't. One thing I like about it, it's not like rammed down your throat. It kind of shows you it once, and then it's like, yep, there it is. Go play the game now. Like it's quite good like that.
Yeah, there's been a few games like that recently actually, which I kind of really respected for that. I mean, one of the ones that springs to mind is like Assassin's Creed Origins. It's like sort of once you hit like, I don't know, level 5 or something, it's like, by the way, there's a store. Here's some free currency to do whatever you like with, and then I literally didn't think about the store for the rest of the game because it's just not necessary.
That's totally the way it should be.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it's like it's there if you suddenly go, God, I need to spend all my money on this game, but otherwise it's just in the background. And...
I like it. To me, it's like a way for people who appreciate the game that have money. It's like a way for them to invest in the company, right? It's like I'm playing this game for nothing. It's a great game. I would happily pay retail price for it. So I'll buy 45 quid's worth of the in-game currency. Yeah, and I'll get some in-game benefits, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did with Warframe. I remember when we first played it on Xbox, like a while back. You know, we played it for like a couple of months, like completely free to play, and then I was like, you know what, like, we're enjoying this. So I'll spring for one of the Prime packs, which was like 40 quid or whatever, because that's price of a game, and because I'm happy to support these guys. And yeah, again, it's a nice way of doing it.
Yeah, definitely. So what are your first impressions as? Like, I'll talk briefly about mine in a minute, but like, what do you make of it so far?
I mean, I enjoyed the Monster Hunter games anyway, so for me, I mean, obviously, like, you hadn't really played them before.
I hadn't played Monster Hunter whatsoever.
So, no, exactly. So for you, it was like, oh, this stuff is new and awesome, whereas for me, it was like, being a Monster Hunter fan coming in, it was like, okay, this is literally, like, it is it is the same game, like just the way the armor creation works, the armor upgrades, the way you don't skin the beasts on this. Obviously, parts fall off and you pick them up off the floor and stuff like that. But you get the parts from the beast and you go back and you use the armor smith and you create the armor and blah blah. It is very like for like with how Monster Hunter is and with the hub world and stuff like that. And it's very similar. But like I say, it's not. That didn't deter me though. It wasn't like, oh, this is a fucking cheap clone. It was like, it still feels with its art style, and the combat is a lot smoother than like Monster Hunter is as well. I don't know if that's just a frame rate thing or what, but it does feel a lot smoother. The only thing I didn't like is there isn't like a targeting system on the monsters. Like you just have to free aim all the time. That kind of bugs me a little bit. But yeah, overall I'm enjoying it. It's good. The only thing that's like worrying me at the minute is the environments. I mean, I get that it's early access and that will change in time, but right this moment is like there's not a lot of different environments. Like we opened a new world last night, and the second world felt very much like the first world, and it was like, okay, so I'm in a new place that looks exactly the same as the old place.
I think we're wrong on that though. I think we just haven't progressed far enough yet. Like I've been watching some streams, and there look to be like different types of like a lot of different types of terrain that we've just not even encountered yet. So.
I was literally just about to say that. I was going to say, I don't know if that's just a level thing. I mean, but opening a second area, I expected it to be quite a difference, and it just weren't. And it's just like, that's the only thing that's irking me a little bit at the minute, is I feel like we've been fighting in the same place constantly, just with a different beast spawning every time.
I think kind of it is attributed to our gameplay nature. Like, because all of us in our squad are like completionists. We're like, we have a quest to move on to the next area, but we're like, no, let's farm this same behemoth 4 times, get all the gear, get all the loot we need, and make all the gear we need now. Like we've not really like pushed forward the progression too quickly.
It's true. But yeah, like I say, I hope. Obviously, I mean, there's going to be future content updates. I've read a tweet from him earlier on. There's a couple of new beasts being put in a future patch. Well, we'll say future patch in a patch quite soon. So that's more content there with new beasts and stuff like that. And there was mention of a new area as well. So
just talking of the beasts.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so I was watching you guys playing on Twitch last night on Az's lovely streaming channel. Yeah, one of the things that struck me, I actually really quite liked the kind of design of some of the beasts and stuff. Actually, they kind of look really cool, and the sort of movement was quite nice.
Some of the mechanics are really interesting. Like
there's one I saw. It was just before I logged off. Actually, I think you were kind of mid-fight, but it was like it was like a big lizardy type thing, as most of them are, but it was like surrounded by rocks and had some sort of gravity well type thing.
Scan.
That was really cool.
I basically mastered the scan. I soloed it twice when you guys all logged off, and I like the second time I did it, I just basically didn't take any damage. Like I think there's definitely you definitely have an advantage using specific weapons against specific enemies. Like the hammer just wrecks the scan. It does so much damage. Like I was staggering it almost every combo. It was doing so much damage, but like one of the behemoths I can't get my head around is the quill shot. Like I don't think.
I see. Like I didn't struggle with that.
Yeah,
I think that's the big spiky one, right?
Yeah. Using the hammer on it, I think I was at a bit of a disadvantage because I couldn't pull off all of my combos quick enough, like between its attacks. So, but then I did I used the chain blades to do the daily for it, and I managed to do a lot better with the chain blades. So I think it's definitely situational as to what weapons you should be using against what creatures, like there's definitely
totally. I mean,
an advantage and disadvantage. I think my opinion kind of is in line with yours, really. The only other thing I would add is they've obviously had. It's really obvious that since the open beta, like since announcing it, they didn't really anticipate the amount of people that were going to be interested in their game. So like the first 2 or 3 days,
really?
the first 2 or 3 days we were playing, we were waiting to log in for like 60+ minutes because there was a queue of 20,000 people ahead of us. Like,
I guess is it? I mean, as you're saying, Perry, like you're waiting for Monster Hunter World to hit PC because it's
you have no idea.
There's delay for whatever reason, and I guess if there's a number of people in that same boat, they're going to be all over this because this is their stopgap until it comes out.
Totally, it's definitely a stopgap. I mean, that stuff's kind of settling down a bit now. I was going to say one other thing as well, which I don't know if you were going to mention, was the UI. The UI definitely, especially using a pad. I've been using a pad because I prefer that kind of game on a pad, and it's just buggy. Like you're going up and down on menus, and it just you have to switch to using your mouse because it just stops going down the list or something like that on a menu. And it's like, okay. So yeah, the UI needs some work. You could tell, like I say, you can tell it's still quite early days.
Yeah, definitely.
With a lot of it. So.
But I am very much enjoying it. Like especially when we're playing with squad, it's really fun. Like roaming around with 3 other people, just looking for a behemoth, collecting resources, and then just destroying things. Like it is really good fun. And when we get off of this podcast, I'm going to get straight onto Dauntless.
Okay.
That's my go-to basically. Like to the point where yesterday when we were playing, I wasn't playing RuneScape at the same time. Like that's how serious. That's how serious I am about this game. I like it.
I'm proud of you.
Wow.
I won't be on tonight, just to let you know. I'll be playing. I'm doing some Dark Souls remastered tonight.
Of course you are.
So.
I guess we can look forward to hearing about Dauntless for the next few months.
Yeah, exactly.
You, then.
I'll be giving.
From Perry, I'll have played 8 different
updates,
games by next week, so yeah.
Pretty much. Well, interesting you say that. Next week I'm doing a RuneScape spotlight because Raids 2 is coming out and I'm going to lose my poo.
Not next week, you're not. It's E3 week next week. Just saying.
Right, well, we'll see about that. What have you been up to, Ed?
Okay, Perry can solo podcast next week.
Well, I haven't been doing a lot, to be honest. I'm still. Well, no, I say I haven't been doing a lot. I've been doing a lot. but I'm still basically no-lifing Wildlands because I want to get that 100% on it. And
Well,
it's
it's
a
just I keep
fucking
seeing
big
you're
game.
playing that, and I'm like, fuck, is he still on that game? Like,
I've now completed
He's
3 out of
committed.
the 4 sections. So I've got 1/4 of the thing to do.
okay, so you're
I
close.
think I've got like 5 bosses left out of the
Yeah.
20 odd.
Fucking 8 trillion bosses that are on that
Yeah.
game, yeah.
But one kind of interesting thing about it, so you only have to complete 2 out of the 4 sections to have a pop at the big bad in the middle.
Okay.
And so I was like, fine, I'll do that. And like, because it kind of ties up the storyline essentially,
Yeah.
because you take down the main dude. So you do that, and once the mission finishes, and kind of various things happen to various characters, you kind of dumped back into the world. I'm being vague on purpose.
With no explanation, basically.
No, you don't. No, so you dump back into the world. It's like you're back in Bolivia. It's like if you want the good ending, like you need to 100% everything. So it gives you that impetus to go on and finish everything. So
wait,
if you
wait.
if you do it early, you get like a bad ending. So bad things happen to
okay.
people.
There's an
Right.
ending locked behind 100%ing the game.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. That's
kind of cool, though. It gives you incentive.
Yeah, I think because
Right.
otherwise, like in other stuff, like once you kind of finish the storyline, I sometimes find it hard to then carry on and care about doing the rest of it. But now it's given me a bit of impetus to actually kind of push through and finish it off. Which
I did that with God of War. Like I finished God of War, and then when I finished God of War, I just found it really hard to do the side stuff afterwards because it was just like, it's just felt like such a slog.
Yeah, you get really fatigued with the game because you've like put so much into it.
Yeah, exactly. So I get that feels. Speaking of God of War, why have you not got that yet? You're in the flat now.
I know I said I was
I'm
going to get
fucking
after a movie,
enraged with you.
I need to finish. I need to finish Wild. I just
Finish
need to get it
Wildlands,
done.
Now, the minute
And then-
Wildlands is done, I expect you to go. I don't care if it's the middle of the fucking night. You find a Tesco, you go in there and you buy God of War.
Funnily enough, I've heard. I saw yesterday. So PlayStation are just about to do their annual sale, and apparently God of War is going to be in that sale. So I'm gonna wait.
I
to
can't
see
imagine there being a big reduction on that though.
Yeah, but 10, 20 quid off or
10,
whatever.
20
I'll take that.
quid off. Happy days.
Not saying the
happy
devs don't deserve full price, but sales are
Hey, might be saving money.
it bothers me
Yeah.
that you're going to play God of War before me.
It bothers
Well,
you
I
that he's
mean-
gonna play.
You could have taken the PS4.
You told me I couldn't. You literally told
No,
me
I
I
didn't.
couldn't.
Oh no. Oh no.
Whatever. Anyway, yeah, so
Oh,
that's
God.
that's what I'm doing. I'm no lifing Wildlands until I finish it, which I'm getting pretty close to. So hopefully next week. Well, we're talking about E3 next week, so I don't need to worry about finishing it before
Yeah,
then.
next week. Yeah. You can get away with it next week. As long as it's done by the week after, we're good.
Oh, no, that's post E3 week, so we're still good.
Oh,
But hopefully it's not going to take me that long. I've only got a little bit left to go. Yeah, so that's me really.
But that's it. Okay, so that's all we've been playing. That was
Excellent.
fucking quick and easy this week. It was like, okay,
Yeah, that wraps us
Done
up in about
this.
20 minutes. I'm okay with this.
let's go play Dauntless. See
All
you
right,
later,
cool.
guys.
Catch you later, guys. That was good fun.
Oh,
We've got
there's
news.
Okay,
Got news.
so I don't have the
not
spreadsheet.
only, not only do we have news, but we're bringing back the much requested.
You gotta tell me if it's great or poo.
Yeah, it's got a theme tune and everything. Great or Poo is coming back in this episode. It was I had a request from at least one person that really enjoyed it,
There you go. Someone great or poo.
so it's worth it.
It just
Repeat the whole one bag. That's all we need to do.
But
Yeah,
let's
he
just
loved it,
reiterate.
so, you know.
Greater Poo was literally just as being like this or this, or no, it wasn't even that. It was just like this game,
It was this-
Great or Poo,
Shouting.
It was like poo.
And it was like great poo.
Great.
Great poo.
Poo,
Poo.
great.
Poo, great.
It's genius.
Ed's throw stuff today, and I'm gonna say if it's great or poo alongside you, Perry.
Oh,
Yeah.
am I in on
But
this
But yeah,
as well?
we'll wrap up with that in a bit. We're doing an E3 special Great or Poo. But yeah, news. Who wants to do news? Do you want to do news?
We already covered it, but it's on our list. Actually, do you know what? Fuck that. I ain't covering it. I spoke about it the week it was announced. Fallout 76. That's new today.
Yeah.
For anyone
Hey, what
who's-
are you not
Wait.
covering? I don't understand.
Battlefield 5, sorry, you can speak about that. I spoke about it before. People know what I think. I haven't heard you speak about it.
Well,
so
no,
you can-
because they only did the official reveal after the podcast.
Oh, it's fucking it's Battlefield. You can dig shit now. That's all. That's the difference. You can dig shit and you can put trench guns in it and stuff. I might as well cover it now. I've started. So,
Well, I mean that
anyone-
you just covered it. Move on.
Well, no.
Well, one thing I was gonna say. One thing I will say about it. It's interesting because everybody knew it was coming and stuff like that. Anyway, so there's no point in us harping too much on about it.
Yeah,
But-
it got announced.
I was gonna say it got announced. It's World War II, which I was actually quite surprised about. I wasn't expecting them to do World War II. I was genuinely thinking it was going to be modern war again, but apparently not, which is fair enough. But I like that because it's kind of like strings it out a little bit, and then when they finally come back to modern war, it'd be like, oh yay, we like modern war games again. So that was nice. The other thing that I've seen a lot of people saying as well is like, oh, it's stealing from Fortnite because you can.
That's
fucking
so
build-
dumb.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? When was Fortnite the first game that you could build shit on? Like, what the fuck are you talking
So
about?
stupid.
And plus, it's totally different. Like Perry, you won't care, but like, it's quite cool because like, but obviously you know how Battlefield works, right? With conquest system, you have different flags, you capture all the different flags on the map, and you get a score and blah blah blah, right? So on the new one, you can, when you get a position, you can build defenses for that position. And obviously, being World War II, you can like apparently you can dig out like trenches and stuff like that, and put barbed wire over the top, and basically just stop people coming into a conquest point and capturing that point. So it'd be pretty cool to see, obviously, the kind of shit that people build, and obviously the ways that people have got to try and then destroy that to then take over a point. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, like people saying it's like stealing from Fortnite, like fucking.
That's so stupid.
But like,
What?
It's completely
how
different.
is it stealing from Fortnite though? Like,
Because it's got building things in it.
Because Fortnite is a very popular game right now, and you can build stuff in it. So
Because
therefore,
12-year-olds don't want
anything
anyone
that's
to copy their game. Don't copy my
Well,
game. Building is
be
exclusive
fair-
to Fortnite.
To be fair, we're saying this right now. While we're on the news section, this is actually relevant. Is like we're talking about copying shit. Fucking the PUBG company are taking Epic to court because Fortnite copied their game. Like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck?
Is that
Yeah, it's all
is this
good. It's all
the
getting a bit
legit thing?
silly.
Yeah, that's a legit thing. Epic are
Yeah,
being
it's
sued by the PUBG company because their game Fortnite copies PUBG.
So did
Which-
PUBG copyright the battle royale genre?
You
No.
can't copyright a genre,
Exactly.
that's
So shut the fuck
dumb.
up. Like,
Can't copyright a
case is
fucking
out.
genre.
Like, that's so
They
Yeah,
stupid.
weren't even the first battle royale game. PUBG wasn't the first battle royale game. It's just the one that made it big.
That's like
Exactly.
So
that's like
it's just dumb.
that's like Overwatch suing Paladins. Oh wait, no, that's
Yes,
actually a more
legit.
legitimate case because they have like for like copied champions. Like,
Did you? Speaking of Overwatch and Paladins, did you see Paladins got into trouble because they used some Overwatch artwork in a Paladins promotional ad?
did
Oh
they
my
did they
fucking
really?
God.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
How are they still functioning? How?
Apparently, it was all like, "Oh yeah, we used some external agency. We'll have to like vet like where they get shit from in the future." Like they used one of the backgrounds that's just ripped out of one of the like splash arts for one of the levels. Yeah, just stuck it behind one of the Paladins heroes, and it's like, "Here's your advert." So yeah, that was funny.
That's great.
But yeah, it's real petty and stupid. Battlefield 5, it's not stealing from anyone. Oh, and another point that's on here to make is that there is no paid DLC on. Well, I'm guessing there's probably some DLC,
No,
microtransactions.
they said they said everything's gonna be free. There's no
Wait, what are we
there's
talking
no
about now?
Battlefield Premium, and all the
Yeah, I know there's
DLC.
no premium, but will there be no in-game microtransactions? Do we reckon? Or do we know?
I thought they said that there was going to be no loot boxes.
I don't know if
Well,
it'll be
I'm not
loot boxes, but yeah, I was gonna say I don't.
I think there's no loot boxes, but I think you can buy cosmetics only.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah, that's
they
what I
said.
meant. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Sorry, yeah, just microtransactions. So that's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Is that it's not like there's nothing to buy, but the bad shit is gone. So no loot boxes.
Yeah.
Thank fuck. No premium pass. So when you get new maps, you get them for nothing. So thank fuck
Yeah,
for
so
that.
everyone's on a level playing field, and like everyone
Just
gets all the
being an
new
old
stuff.
school PC gamer like you, Ed, remember back in the day, like if you want new maps for Battlefield 2 or something, you got that shit for free. You download
Yeah.
a patch off the website and you'd install that shit and you get new maps. Or you'd buy an
Absolutely.
expansion. Well, saying that, saying that, this is a good question actually. Everybody kicks off about expansion passes and stuff now, but do you not remember expansion packs back in the day? Like you get
Well,
them on a
yeah,
disc.
yeah.
Like it's just the same thing, but I don't know. It's a different conversation. Whatever. I'm tangenting. I'll get off
I
that.
mean, well, in some way, like DLCs have become are basically expansion packs
Yeah, exactly. But then like everybody
from the
moans
olden
about
days.
DLC. That's what I'm getting at. It's like, but they've always been a thing.
Yeah,
Like we've always had expansion
but
packs.
even as
I
recent, I say
think
recent, but stuff that springs to my mind is stuff like Diablo, where they do like Reaper of Souls with Diablo 3. That was an expansion pack, but is essentially what would now be considered or was considered
A
DLC.
DLC, yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like it's an add-on.
I
An
think
add-on.
the types of DLC people have problems with are the ones that increase I don't know really. How do I explain it?
Don't know.
You can say alter your gameplay experience,
Yeah, kind of.
essentially.
Yeah, kind of. So like for example, like back in the day, Halo 4, or not even Halo 4, like Halo 3, you bought the game. There was no expansion that increased the story or anything like that. It was
Yeah, yeah,
if there was a downloadable pack, it was like multiplayer maps or stuff like that. It wasn't like
Yeah.
yeah. But that's only on console.
PC
Games like
games.
Fear on PC that had expansion pack that carried the story on.
Yeah.
And that was on a disc.
But then was it like a full sequel or was it just an
Yeah,
extra
yeah,
to
fully like
Yeah, see that's the
yeah,
difference. That's
extraction point.
like
No, it wasn't a full sequel. It was an expansion pack. It carried on the story of Fear 1. It wasn't Fear 2. It was
Yeah,
Fear
there's
extraction point.
there's been plenty. Okay, like going further back, like Command and Conquer games, they would
Yeah,
bring out on disc expansions that you had to own the original game to play, and they would give you like another like mini campaign with some like new boss or like a resurrected boss or something. And like it's that type of thing which is now it's only DLC because it is downloadable.
downloadable.
Like
Yeah,
back in the day, you had to buy it on a disc because you couldn't do it any other way. So DLC is just DLC purely by the physical means that you acquire it. But yeah, add-ons have kind of always existed.
I think it's because it was new to console. Just to say that, because obviously on
Yeah,
consoles you couldn't really do expansion passes. You didn't have hard drives, so you couldn't do it. Yeah. Anyway,
the thing,
that's a whole different topic, though.
yeah,
Yeah, I think a really good topic is like the difference between DLC and an expansion because World of Warcraft, I don't consider the World of Warcraft expansions as DLC because it's like literally a new game,
I
like
think,
that's an
I
expansion.
think, yeah, I think the problem is DLC has become synonymous with such a broad range. It can be like an entire new storyline, like 10-hour storyline, or it could be horse armor, like
Yeah, that's
you
it.
know,
DLC is a
which
broad
was
spectrum. It just
yeah,
the
Horse
word
armor.
it's
downloadable
become
content could be anything.
yeah, it's become a catch-all phrase for any additional thing that you add to any the that's additional to the base game.
Yeah. So,
Moving
So
uh,
on.
you were talking.
moving on from that, Battlefield 5, it's coming.
So what was the Bethesda thing? Because I remember seeing, was it
Yes.
yesterday or the day before that Bethesda just had their stream running? And
Yeah, I just gave
is this what
spoilers.
it announced?
Yes.
Okay.
Fallout 76 was announced earlier today. They
Yeah,
gave out a teaser trailer. Teaser trailer doesn't show much. It's just like, here's Vault Man, Vault Boy Man suit thing.
it's not even that. It's just like a pan around the inside of a vault.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, that's what I was
Bit of
getting
a,
at. Is you see a dude in a vault suit, and it's like, okay,
I mean,
um,
I think what's happening now is what's becoming common, certainly for the past few years of E3s that I've can remember, recent memory, is that people are teasing stuff, saying this game's coming, like doing the kind of announcements in the lead up to E3, so that the announcements don't get lost in the hubbub of E3. So they're saying like, this is a new game, we'll show you more next week, sort of thing.
yeah, absolutely. It's just a teaser, and to make you tune in as well. I mean,
It's
tuning
clever.
into E3 is such a big thing now. It's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole thing with Fallout today was like Fallout 76. Tune into E3 on June
yeah.
10th.
But it's
I mean,
it's
they
Yeah.
don't.
so I love it when companies do stuff like this because literally all they did there was no announcement. All they did was turn on their Twitch stream and people were like, "Wait, what the fuck? Like what? What's
Yeah, but
this?
they literally ran their Twitch stream for, I think it was 24 hours in the end.
And they
And
have
at
like,
one point, there was like
yeah,
130,000 people watching
130,000
a
concurrent
please
viewers.
stand. Yeah, please stand. It just had a please stand by message
I love it. I
and a Vault
fucking
Boy.
love it when they do shit like that. Like
Yeah.
it's so clever.
Let's just hope the game's good, huh? Like,
I saw a
I
great
mean,
Reddit post the other day, and it was just an in-game Vault Boy console that had Skyrim on it, and they were like, "This Bethesda's latest announcement: you can play Skyrim inside Fallout 4." Like, it was pretty great.
Skyrim.
It
there's
made me,
always a new way to play Skyrim.
made me chuckle. So that's
I like
that's the
that.
Bethesda
Oh.
news. What else we got?
That is the Bethesda news.
I got very
Ed, do you want to take
excited when,
over?
yeah, I was going to say very briefly, I got very excited when Anthem updated all their social media artwork because something's happening.
Yes.
They updated their logo and their cover arts, so some Anthem
Definitely.
stuff is coming.
Are we gonna
It's,
get?
it's the first time. It's the
Anthem?
first time they've done anything in almost a year, so that's why it's exciting.
Are we gonna get Anthem stuff at E3?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
100%. Yeah, easy.
I think earlier in the year they already said it would be there. It might not be playable. I think they said it wouldn't be playable at E3, but there's definitely going to be new stuff they're showing, talking about. Okay, what else have we got? I'm going to talk briefly about there's something that popped up on my radar a couple of days ago. Oh, yesterday, in fact. We Happy Few, which was announced at E3 a couple of years ago. They put it's a weird title. So
Wasn't this released actually? Wait.
yeah,
was
so it
gonna
hit early access, but there's a very big but. There's a reason I'm talking about it again, because they showed a trailer at E3 a couple of years ago, and it looked really fucking cool. It looked like a sort of 60s English 60s
Dystopia.
inspired kind of BioShocky type thing, and like set up. It's a really cool trailer that like was full of like mystery and just like what the fuck is going on in this world. Then they released it on early access, and it transpired that instead of like a narrative-driven thing, it was some sort of weird survival game, and everyone was like, "This does not
Can
gel."
I just jump in real quick?
Yeah,
because you two will be completely unaware of this, but I have played this game for about 3-4 hours. I played the early access version, and I have to say I was beyond fucking confused when I first started playing it because like they showed that amazing trailer at E3 3 years ago, whatever it was, and hopped in, and like you say, it's this weird fucking survival RPG, and it weren't good. It weren't great.
Wasn't the gimmick for it supposed to be like every time you die, you don't start from a checkpoint? It's like you continue the game or something. Wasn't that one of the?
I don't know. I mean,
do you realise what you just said? Every time you die, continue the game.
Well, yeah, no, yeah. It's like you don't go back to a checkpoint after you die. You just you'll pass out and then you'll wake up somewhere and you continue what you're doing. Like it's not like it's not like a you died respawn sort of thing. It's like
no.
There's no going backwards basically.
Anyway, all of this is irrelevant.
Yeah. Okay.
Because what happened was they put it in early access as this weird survival game, and obviously there was a bit of a backlash because everyone was like,
"What the fuck is this?"
This is completely nothing like the trailer you showed us.
It's also not what we want.
Yeah, so they actually went away, and the version that is coming out as like version 1.0, like release version this summer. But they haven't put a date on it. They said summer, is a fully narrative-driven experience. You play as 3 different characters over the course of the story, and it's a fully like BioShocky, Prey sort of style, like an action adventure-y mystery in that game, which is what it was supposed to be in the first place.
Yeah.
So not really sure. Yeah, I mean, what this early access thing that they did was whether that was just them trying stuff out or like whether this was the plan all along.
If they'd have announced like we're going to give you the game in early access, but it's just to get a feel for the game, it's not actually going to be what it's like. Like if they'd announced something like that or put out a statement being like we're giving you the game. It's not the completed product. It's just an aspect of the game. Like, do what you want with it. Like that would have been better, because then people can just see the the aesthetic in the world, and I don't know.
So the guys at Polygon have actually played like the first hour and a half or so the story with one of the characters called Arthur. They say it's really good. What they played. They're kind of looking forward to like learning more and seeing the other characters, and it's kind of back on my radar again after like a complete 180 and then doing another 180 back to what it was originally. So
I love narrative games like this. Yeah, I love narrative games like this. So I'm keen to take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm downloading it now. I'll report back with what's going on with the state of the version that I own. It might be different. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I don't know if it's been rolled out. Do you know, or is it just like?
Well, they said like the release version is coming this summer. I don't know what state the early access version is in. I mean, I don't know if there's some patch notes or something, but yeah. So that's
it's back on the radar.
Which is nice.
More news from today. Keeping the fucking ball rolling, because we always have same day news. I swear every week we do this. There's always loads of shit announced.
Maybe people just release stuff on Wednesdays.
I swear to fucking God, like Wednesday is the day of like you wake up and there's fucking 18 different games now. It's like, oh, okay, cool. At least we've got content for the podcast. Thanks. So fucking Pokemon has gone absolutely apeshit today and announced 3 different games. One of which we already knew was coming, which was the full-on Switch version of the classic Pokemon RPG. That's been slated for the end of next year, so the end of 2019 that's coming. Then they announced today that you can download a little action Pokemon game, which is in the style of like Minecraft graphically. It's very like bricky and stuff like that.
Really?
It's called Pokemon Quest. Yeah, I downloaded it earlier on. I haven't played it yet. It is on my Switch. I'll give it a go. It looks right. Apparently, there's a mobile version of it coming out as well. It's definitely a mobile game that they slammed on the Switch first, and the mobile version's out. I think they said in like a month or so. I think. So that's coming. Just to fuel the Pokemon fire that they were starting today. And then the third game that they announced is called Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So there's 2 games.
Sorry, it's pause as
the cat
just completely stole your thunder there. Go carry on.
You can hear it. You stole my thunder.
Just come sit on the desk.
Was it Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee?
So you got Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. Yeah. So they're the 2.
I feel like they're a more iconic Pokemon than Eevee.
Yeah, probably, but Eevee's cute and lovable.
I'm cute and lovable.
I guess.
Let's go Perry.
So yeah, they're bringing out that. Let's go Perry. Perrymon. So that's essentially fucking Pokemon Go. Legit, it's Pokemon Go, but without having to like leave the house. You don't have to do the walk-in.
Yes.
Legit. Swear to God, like the game, like the advertisement for it is like, oh, play with one Joy-Con.
So
and like you can like when you cut to a Pokemon, you just literally just pretend you're throwing a Pokeball with your Joy-Con.
So let's recap. So it's going to be like Pokemon Go, where you don't have to leave the house.
Yes.
Where you have to go collect Pokemon.
Yes.
While you're on a mission. It sounds really familiar. I feel like we've done this about 27 times already in the original Pokemon games. Like, so you telling me I'm just walking around
around the fucking house. You walk around the world. Literally, if you look at it, if you go watch the trailer is like, this is like full-on 3D Pokemon game, but it's not. It's ever so slightly different. The battles are the same, because there is battles in this, which you can't...
Oh, there are battles. Okay, good. So are there gym badges as well? And is there an Elite Four? And what about a rival? I bet there's a rival.
I don't fucking know!
It's Pokemon. It's like... it's just a fucking Pokemon game.
Tell us, Az.
The full Pokemon RPG is the end of 2019, Perry. I just told you this. This is just a little shitty spin-off.
You know what I really want? You know what I really want in my life? A Pokemon MMO. Where's my Pokemon MMO?
There is one. Speak to Aaron Leyland.
I mean, I know there's already a Pokemon MMO, but it's not official. It's under the radar.
But you can play it on Android, and you can play it on your PC. So
I like the way you're whispering. Shh! Don't tell the internet.
Don't tell Nintendo. Sure they're not aware of this. So yeah, there's a shitload of Pokemon games coming out. People are happy. People are excited. People don't have to leave the house anymore. You click Pokemon, sat on your fucking ass. You don't need to go anywhere. You know that got boring real quick. Who wanted to fucking walk anyway?
It didn't get boring. I quite enjoyed it, but it was like you have to do it all the time.
It's still going strong, apparently.
Yeah,
apparently
it still has a good community. I saw a documentary on YouTube as well, actually, about like the Pokemon goers that have consumed that like are the best in the game, that are like a max experience, and they literally squad up every day and drive around Tokyo, like on specific routes.
Of course, they're in
hit
Tokyo.
Up Pokemon stops to get involved in gym battles, and you know, it's like a really competitive community that like baffles me. I don't think I can.
Unless it gets them out the house, I guess, until this new one comes out.
This is the thing, right?
Stay at the house.
So this is the thing. Now, they don't walk around Tokyo. They're in a fucking car. So it's like it defeats the whole.
They must be driving slowly though.
Well, like, yeah, because they're driving around Tokyo. Like it's literally like chock-a-block, wall-to-wall traffic all the time. Like that's why they're like. I think there was someone like 12 of them moved to Tokyo just so they could do this, because they were like,
this game is gonna blow their mind. Then yeah, I'm gonna fucking move home and we don't have to sit in the fucking car anymore. We just stay in the sofa.
It sounds interesting. I'm gonna look into it because it does sound cool. I'm a big fan of Pokemon. I've played it literally since Gen 1. Like it is you probably. I mean, I don't really speak about it much, but I played every Pokemon game up until Sun and Moon. I made sure I bought like the new games. So Sun and Moon was the first generation that I didn't actually go out and like buy a DS and the game, which was interesting. Like when X and Y came out, I stole my little brother's DS and was like, "Yeah, you're not having this back until I've completed it." So I was.
Yeah, I didn't play Sun and Moon, but I played X. Didn't play Y because I didn't have both. But yeah.
Yeah, intrigued. I'm intrigued. I wanna find out more.
Pokemon. How'd you get Pikachu on a bus? You Pokemon. There you go. I hate myself for doing that. I hate myself. Burn me. Yeah, that's it from me. I can't really talk about the last bit because I don't know
podcast
much. We're doing it.
I'm just going to mention one more quick thing. Games with Gold has been announced for Xbox for next month.
Woo.
It's not one of their better months, to be perfectly honest, but I'll mention it anyway. Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia, which is the third of the 2.5D side-scrolly things. I think this is the third one that's been on Games with Gold as well, so you could probably have the full set by now. That's coming 1st to 30th of June. The Smite Gold Pack, which is apparently worth $100.
Smite's poo. Go away.
That's going to be free. That's your 16th of June to 15th of July on Xbox One. And then the backwards compatibility titles are Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, which is supposed to be good, and Lego Indiana Jones. And they're your games.
Lego Indy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
great.
Lego
Indiana Jones 2. Sorry.
Well, as we've done Games for Gold, I might as well cover the PlayStation Plus announcement. I can't today.
Yeah, do it.
PlayStation Plus is shitting on the Xbox this month.
Yeah, it's not.
Depends on your taste.
It's not a good month for Xbox.
But PlayStation 4 this month are getting Trials Fusion and XCOM 2, both of which are
XCOM 2.
Trials Fusion's, yes, they're getting XCOM 2 for £0.
Trials Fusion's already been on Games of Gold, so fine.
It has. Trials Fusion's a little bit of fun though. It's quite nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little game.
PS3 owners are getting Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier and Zombie Driver HD. PS Vita are probably getting some shit. Who cares? Because no one has PS Vitas anymore. So yeah, they're the games.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think PlayStation wins that one because XCOM is need.
Yeah, that's a good title for this month.
I'm really surprised with that. Like, they had a free weekend on Xbox recently, but to just straight up give it away free is pretty big.
Sony hooking us up. That's what you,
Sony,
that's what you
Sony
pay the
paying
extra
the money.
£10 a year for. That's the extra £10 right there. XCOM 2.
Worth.
So yeah, that's the news with guys playing games.
I mean, I guess are we kind of almost? Is it time for the greatest quiz of all?
I think it's time. I think we're there.
Fuck me running.
We're a bit thin
Alright,
on the ice for content.
we're
this
not
week.
doing
Let's
this
be
for
honest,
15
next
minutes,
week's
are we?
episode is going to be no. Next week's episode will be jam packed to the rafters.
Yeah,
So
we've got-
that's
we've
the
got
one.
one.
That's the one.
Make up.
You got to
We've
choose.
got so much to
excuse me.
talk about next week. We'll make up the time.
This was
next week.
let's label this our triumphant return, because now the
Yes.
squad is back together, and it was just like a trial run, right? Like we didn't know if we all liked each other still. We just had to, do a talk.
Oh, I know.
We had to
I know
figure
for
out.
sure how I feel about you guys.
Oh,
My fucking
town.
throat's just
so,
collapsed as well.
that's so nice, Ed. All
Oh, it's back in town.
right, let's do it. Let's rock.
Okay,
Let's do
yeah.
it. Right,
The
Ed.
triumphant return of Great or Poo.
Great.
So, in honor of the impending E3, as is limbering up, he knows what's coming. In honor of E3, I'm going to reel off some of the announcements from last year's E3, and you guys are going to give me a great or a poo on what you feel towards these
We'll actually
announcements.
give you a poo. Like I'll bag it, I'll post it, and be like, there it is.
Yeah, nice.
Really graphic.
All right, so first up, fingers on your pretend buzzers.
What? We need to come up with a structure for this because there's no point system, and
No,
it's
there's
gonna
no-
bother
no,
me.
I'm just
There's
going
no
to reel
points.
stuff off.
It's just a bit of fun.
But I need to know if
say
I
it's
win.
Great, you say it's poo, whatever.
You can't, how can
Okay.
you win? It's your
no
opinion on something.
It's an
Right, fine,
opinion
go,
poll.
Right. First on the list, Beyond Good and Evil 2
Poo.
from
Right.
Ubisoft.
Great.
Didn't play it. Don't know
We
what
got a
it is.
great
It's
and a
poo.
poo.
Ouch, you didn't play it.
Oh, good.
Shadow of the Colossus remaster.
Great.
Great.
It was actually great.
Age of Empires
Great.
Definitive Edition.
Great.
Great.
Project Scorpio becomes Xbox One X.
Poo.
No comment.
Poo because it should have had
Wow.
a better name.
Because I don't play it on Xbox.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It was,
yeah,
it was, it
I
was great,
concur.
but it was
Poo.
poo at the same
poo.
time.
It was poo.
Should have
Next.
just called Scorpio.
It should have just been called
Um,
Scorpio. You're right, actually. Poo.
Original Xbox games are coming to Xbox
Great.
compatibility.
Great.
Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus.
Great.
Monster Hunter World. I wonder
Great.
Ah!
Oh, just great. It was,
Give me it!
God of War release date.
Great.
Great.
Spider-Man, new Spider-Man game.
Great.
Great.
Anthem
good
is
fucking E3.
revealed.
What? Anthem is
Anthem
revealed.
is revealed.
Great.
Oh, great. Great. Great.
Shigeru Miyamoto introduces Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
That was fucking
Right.
amazing. That was actually amazing. That's
That
great.
was.
Fantastic.
In fact,
Game's great. Game is
I've got to
fantastic.
say, I'm looking forward to Ubisoft. Always put on a great,
That must have been
very
the most.
entertaining conference.
That
so
must
I'm
have been the
looking
most
And
like
awkward.
what the fuck moment. Like
yeah,
people were
awkward
like,
and just bizarre.
people were like,
straight
what,
up.
what is this? All right, keep going.
Fantastic.
PUBG comes to Xbox.
Poo.
Poo.
Crackdown 3.
Great.
Poo.
Whoa. Crackdown was
game's-
great.
It's been too long gestating. It's going to be shit when it comes out.
Alright,
Find out.
fine.
Controversial. And final one, Metro Exodus is announced.
Poo.
Great. Oh,
Hmm.
What's Metro Exodus?
controversial ending here. Is that it? Is that all of it?
Yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah, pretty fucking good E3, huh? Like, what?
Yeah, there was a
everything
lot of
great,
stuff
pretty much.
last year.
That was about 75% great, I'd say.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
solid-
We should do this
solid
every week.
showing.
We'll just rate E3, great or poo, every week. That'd be fantastic.
This the same conference every week.
Every-
God of War announcement. Poo.
just change your mind every week. That's poo.
Oh,
Right.
Shit.
What,
That was good.
do we have anything else to talk about, or are we wrapping now?
No, we're going out on a high.
We're going out on a high. This is good because now I can go play Dauntless. Thank you everyone for
Send
joining
it up.
us this week for our bit of a shitstorm of an episode. It was great having everyone back. Welcome back in your new house, Ed. It looks great.
Thank you very much.
We
I'm happy
will
to be here.
catch you on the flip side. I'm gonna let Az do a little bit of a social media spin-off right now. Go.
Thanks for watching. Felt the pressure there. Fuck. No. Do the good shit. If you're watching on YouTube, click down below, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, get the sweet notifications. We like the notifications. Get the spam. I like the spam. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/guys-playing-games. Follow us on Twitter at guys-playing-gs. That's at guys-playing-gs. Follow us on Instagram at guys-playing-games. That's all our social stuff. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.com/II, Follow Ed on Twitch, twitch.com/Smirny9000. There are Twitches. Perry don't stream. This has been Guys Playing Games. That was Great or Poo, which will probably be back next week. Maybe. Who knows? That's been us. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Ta-ra.
Bye bye.